record this. Alright, we're going. So this is game 3 between Pendulum, FTD Black. So on our team, we've drafted hard into early game. We went for Maokai, Lee Sin. Want the Lee Sin to be very, very active in this early game. As well as Orianna, Jhin, and Nami. So Jhin and Nami is going to be a really strong bot lane against them. They've drafted a pretty strong bot lane themselves with Caitlyn and Thresh. Have the range. And disengage or engage if they want it. And then they also have a Cho'Gath, Nocturne, Syndra. So basically our team fight is going to be wombo combo in one area with our Maokai ult, Orianna ult, Nami ult, kind of just going for anyone. Also we have a lot of really strong pick, and we should have some decent lanes here. So it's good to see we have grasp this game.
So that I can see it.
Yes. Got you. Alright. Alrighty. Let's go. Also, I still need to go get that chroma for that Nami skin because it's very good.
I literally got this skin so that I could get all 3 chromas for it with blue weapons.
Yeah, I have so many champ shards that I could disenchant.
Yeah, I disenchanted 6,000 worth for this. I really like this skin.
How much are each of the chromas for that one?
They're 2,000.
Oh wow, that's not bad at all. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say I can probably get up to the 30,000, but I can easily. I think I have at least 6,000 already. I might have like 4,000.
That reminds me, I need to go out tonight and buy Volibear on all my ults. This was the one we won.
Yeah, this game was the we gamers, not spectators. Let's do something early. Let's not watch them do everything. Try to play. Let's try and play proactively. Took a lot of minion damage for that trade. Yeah, now you're at 200 health. Warthog, good guaranteed Q, weaving in the autos, get the flash away. Good gank. Good level 2 gank. Good hook by him.
He hit some really good hooks, particularly early. And if my memory serves me correctly, there just came a point where him hitting a hook meant he died.
Oh, as expected. Like, yeah, with a Caitlyn, that should, eventually become true. I'm not sure how you missed XP there, but...
I'm not sure either. It really confused me.
Having that level 2 would have been very nice.
Yeah.
It kind of stunted you pretty hard in lane. Good trading hard, you know, she has no mana, so. She went Dark Seal for some reason. Level 1. I don't know about that one. D-Ring or Corrupting Potion are both fine. Should be a gank here on Syndra. This should be a kill. She is. I would save the Q2 there a little bit more and see if you can save the flash. See if you can just walk up to her. Also stay and help push out the wave if you can. It took a long time for this Orianna to get the wave out. Oh. So she won't be able to take a quick back. Oh, this shouldn't work given that it's warded out. Yeah.
It doesn't work.
If the Lee Sin stays, helps Orianna push out, she can back with that like 850 gold she had. Like grab boots and a second D-ring or something. Just for laning phase. Instead, this happens. Standing on a ward and try there. So yeah. Loses a wave mid. Just gonna be down items. Also, you force this bot play really, really hard. Like, you had time if you wanted to clear Krugs and come back to this, you could have. I can fight on this, yeah. Good dodge out. That should mean kill. Ah, if you just stayed in there, I think 2 autos would have done it. And I think he kills you. Or he should. Yeah, you can't go back in like that when he has 6. Because you're already in feast range. Yeah, like you had 2 chances to make the outplay and get the kill there. You missed them both. Don't go back in there. Because you don't have a window there with him hitting 6. This Syndra loves spamming her abilities. Because she's out of mana and out of her corrupting potion charges already. They just backed bot lane. You could go for this real quick. You're going to want to start that up sooner. Start that up. Just forsake the Scuttle Crab. That's because you don't want to get caught still doing this when their bot lane comes back with items and your bot lane doesn't have it. Which I think is what's about to happen. Maybe not, but it's much better to get the dragon and get out than to get the dragon, get the Scuttle Crab, but then give over multiple kills. Like Scuttle Crab at this point is only 80 gold. It's not worth to die for that if you just want to start that up real quick. Yeah, and Mr. Cho'Gath can just do that. Feels bad. Now you're going to want to start to just hemorrhage. Or he starts snowballing on your top. And good, he's chunked out. You should be able to hit. How close are you to 6? You're not very. But you can hit 6 and come back with flash. You can probably kill her. Especially if you can just lead with an Oriole. Like, you should be able to just set it up and lead with Oriole. And then if she flashes the Oriole, you can respond flash with the Lee Sin ult and kill. That's a good poke. He's at 6. You don't have 6 quite yet. Oh, that flash probably wasn't quite necessary. Like, it doesn't save your life at all. You go 1 for 1 though, so we take this. 4 flashes, 2 on either side. Did you not expect him to be in that bush?
I did not expect
Yeah,
him to
because
do
you looked
that.
very surprised when he was like on top of you already.
Yeah.
I wonder if you could have killed there.
I think if I had known that they were in said bush.
If you'd known they were in the bush and you could have like hit a bubble into an ult, you probably
Yeah.
could have killed. It was a very sweet duet. It is Frank Sinatra and his wife. Very good song. Nancy. Oh, that didn't hit. I thought that would have hit. That's unlucky for them. Right about now, one thing you can do, Ariana, is if you want to, you have what, tier 1 boots and blasting one back. If you want to just hard commit a fight against her, low ultimate, just to get her to back, you can. Also your jungler's bot side, so have her bot side that there. Don't be walking up away from your jungler, takes him out of the play completely. And what could have been a 2v1 for you ends up a 2v1 for them. But yeah, if you just like hard commit on that Orianna and like ult her, chunk her super hard, make her back with low mana, low health, then she has to take it back with like no gold on her. At the time she had like no gold and you have a lot of gold, so you can come back to lane both and you'd have the item advantage. Because at the time she wouldn't have had enough gold to finish her last chapter if she had backed there. She would have had to forsake something else, like gotten rid of the what's it called? Either the corrupting potion or the dark seal if she wanted to finish it that back. So just an option, just like tracking gold, like when they last backed. And she backed more recently than you did, so if you can force both of you to back, you'll come back with better items. What's your ult cooldown? Yeah, it's not that long, so if you just want to use it in lane there, I'm not opposed to that. The one thing is, though, there is the objective coming up, so saving it for the objective is also a fine call if you guys are going to be looking at it. Nice, well done. Good play. This should just be a kill for Cho'Gath. That was a really good bubble. That saved your life.
Yes, it did.
Just kidding. It's not a kill for Cho'Gath. I thought he would do more damage. Okay, finally take that. You took that with Herald, right? Yeah. So when you're going to use the Herald, make sure the Herald's getting the last 2 plates, just because it took you so long to get those last 2 plates, you're standing at that tower forever. If you can take the first 3 plates without Herald, take the last plate with Herald, does like 2200 true damage is what the Herald does, so. Just make sure the Herald finishes the tower and you'll save a lot of time there. And maybe you save enough time to even go and make a play topside. Save that tower. Rotate 3 with your Lee kick still up. Flash out, this should be kill on Cho maybe. Nice. Nice, good Oriole in the choke. Alright, you just want to leave. You blew all your ults. That's good though. Good punish on the bad TP. You want to stagger these recalls if you can, just in case, because they might be able to get mid tower here. If they had pushed harder and tried to commit on this tower, they could have. But if you can keep one person in lane for a sec, yeah, that means a kill on Lee Sin because he has to try and hold. And he's low health, but if you can stagger those recalls and have the Jhin was higher health there, so if the Jhin can stay for one wave while the Orianna backs, or vice versa, if the Orianna can stay for one wave and if she has the mana to just, you know, blow it up everything and just combo on the wave there. But just so staggering those can save you a lot there. This is good now that you're no mid tower, so if you're not going to put the duo lane in mid, which I don't think you should at this point, just yeah, see if you can find rotates. Ideally, you try to do that with the jungler as well. Just try and get a 4-man there, just in case the Nocturne shows up, which he can pretty easily with ultimate. So, also Lee Sin kick makes it a lot easier to dive and pick someone. One specific member. Usually Lee Sin, yeah. Nami just dies there.
I think that still, even with the Nocturne, even with the hook, I think the Nocturne going on Jhin was the wrong decision for them.
Yeah.
I think he very much ulted the wrong target.
Yeah, when you got the Jhin flash, no one could follow up on the Nocturnal, so he should have just gone on you. I mean, it doesn't really hurt for him to go on the Jhin. He doesn't lose anything for it. But yeah, now you really just want to be playing around that mid pressure that you have from them not having an inner tower. Like if you know they're backing here, you don't have a wave to get quite yet. It's all the way up there. Just bring the Orianna and the Lee Sin bot and a hard commit to taking this tower, getting him back on the Jhin, and then going into drag. Yeah, because now this Orianna should get caught here. She's very far up. No, because the Nocturne did something stupid. Decided to sit in that bush instead of looping around behind the Orianna. But the opportunity was there for him. Yeah, see, and this is what we want to be doing. Just diving on whoever's bot lane with this mid lane pressure. Leading that into drag. Which should be free since you know Cho doesn't have TP. He just used it. Or not just used it, but he used it recently. I think the Nocturne could have, if he wanted to, looked for a ult onto the Jhin there, because Jhin was alone with no mana. If they wanted to just trade the dragon, but instead they wanted to go stare at the dragon, or not even at the dragon, just kind of out there jungle near the dragon for a while instead of doing anything. Don't do that, just, you know, from our standpoint. Commit to something. Either go for the dragon, contest it, or try and make something happen elsewhere if you know that you can't contest the dragon. It's about trading. We gamers, not spectators. Nocturne was a spectator right there. Cho'Gath, he was a gamer. He traded for tower, topside. Nocturne, spectator. He watched you take the dragon with no chance at all or interest in contesting it. He had a dream of contesting it, and that's all he had.
He had a dream.
I have a dream, I have a dream. Tangled's a good movie.
Yes, it is. been a while since I watched it.
I don't know about that Caitlyn ult.
It's a zoning Caitlyn ult.
Oh yes, of course. On the Lee Sin who can just shield half of the damage.
It's zoning.
At this point too, however, I would have the Orianna probably grabbing top waves and bouncing between top and mid, and have the Cho'Gath, or not the Cho'Gath, the Maokai bot lane instead of him. Just because you don't really, your ADC is pretty strong right now. Like, yes, you got that solo kill there, but you'd love to have him in the mid lane with the group right now. So that's just a lane assignment thing, not the most optimal lane assignments. It's not, it's fine, it's not bad, but I just think there are better options. Like, your ADC isn't here for this fight. Your Orianna already used ulti. You don't have that much DPS in this fight. It ends up being like a 1 for 100 tower there. Thresh for the Lee Sin bounty, the 600 gold Lee Sin kill. Alright, what are we doing? Taking all their shit. Good. What are we sitting on gold? Orianna should have a lot. Yeah, she has a good chunk. This is really good. Find in the choke. Jin's up a little far there. Just make sure. Oh wait, no, that wasn't Jin. That was Orianna that died. Yeah, Orianna, you're just a little far up there. Without help. But that could have also just been a communication thing.
It was a bit of a communication thing, if I'm remembering.
It was like he was thinking everyone else would come and he'd have backup closer to him than they actually were.
He also was, from what I remember, slightly misplayed it in terms of ability usage too. Like he waited a little too long or something. I can't remember exactly. I just remember there being conversation about it.
It's also tragic if the Nami ult was up a couple seconds sooner, which is unlucky. That would have been huge. Nami ult threw that choke there too. Probably means that he lives. Alright, let's not have the Orianna top lane while the dragon's about to spawn. Let's send this Maokai away from the mid lane. We want to make sure we're having that top laner away from the group when he has 2P up specifically. So, just need to work on those lane assignments. And that's not like an individual team, that's a whole team thing, because a whole team decides where everyone's going. So now any fight we take is just going to be without our super fed Orianna. Like, imagine if we had an Orianna in the middle of that.
As a result, like it went really badly as a result of that.
Yeah, so this ends up with 3 free kills for them.
Yep.
Because the Jhin wasn't part of that fight either there. I think he was clearing bot lane or something. But yeah. Just want to be making sure that we have better lane assignments. Could trade top lane though. Tower. Doing something with your time. Good flash. Catch Syndra here for sure. She missed stun. Okay, you get flash. Oh no, I don't know about flashing in there, Chief. Nice, good. We have huge wombo. We do the thing with the wombo and the combo. Nice, she slowed up, she's dead. Nicely done. Alright, Jhin ulti? Yeah, Jhin ult. Nice. Good punish on their overextend. Stay after the drag. They had so much gold in their pockets after getting 3 kills and dragon there. They did not back. Right. This is a little... Yeah, I don't think we can Baron here. It's a very hard Baron to do. Without our ultimates up. We have Oreo Bolt almost back up, but since we didn't start it right away, it's a little hard to do. Also, just because of where the fight, like that's the type of fight we want to do it off of, but since the fight was all the way in bot lane, it takes us super long to get back here. Like it took us a good 30 seconds to walk up here and actually start it, so. And now we're in the situation where we're sitting on a lot of gold, like we have 3,700. So then, yeah, if he hadn't come in alone, this would be a lot better for them, but the idea was there for them. They had the potential to absolutely wipe y'all at the Baron here after you were still, you know, pretty low. No cooldowns, like that Ori has no mana right now. If the Syndra had been there, if the Caitlyn had gone in at the same time, if the Thresh was there for Disrupt, if the Cho'Gath was there, it's a very different fight for them. And it's pretty disappointing that they didn't find one from their perspective. Yeah, like if they had had Thresh go in first there, he had a stopwatch, so he could have gone in, distracted, got a lot of disrupt down, and then that would have given... You would have blown a lot of cooldowns on him, giving them the disrupt to get the Cho'Gath in, Orianna, or not, Syndra and Caitlyn can step up, yeah. But yeah, so if we want to do Baron there, we have to do it a lot quicker. Because we started it when they were all almost respawned.
Yeah, this was kind of a fuck. We ended up 3 of us going off and shit. Like, it works out.
But that's definitely a miscommunication
kind of walked
there.
away and
the
left them.
Yeah, the Cho'Gath was isolated, so it works out for you guys. But
we just kind of let them eat the fuck out of our gym with no repercussions.
yeah, like if they had played that better, they would have all stepped up there and not let you walk through that choke point without, you know, a lot of hesitation. Or they would have just gotten the Jhin GA and been like, cool, that's on cooldown for 5 minutes. Let's go with that, and backed off and waited. And found a fight around this next dragon. But yeah, just want to make sure we're communicating there and not making bad rotations like that. Okay, this is pretty int, not gonna lie. I don't know what this man's thinking. Oh, that hit. Unlucky. Yeah. You do those Raptors quicker if you auto one of them first and then bring the ball in, by the way. Just a heads up. Same reason why when you're clearing Raptors on Kayn, you auto one of them first before queuing them, so you make sure that you hit all of them. Has a very ambitious ult, Mr. Makai. I would save your ult for like now. If you wanted to go in through that choke right there, you could have. But alright, we have TP back on the Maokai. We'll play around those lane assignments here, and the Baron spawning in 2.5 minutes, so just want to try and get some pressure if we can in probably bot and mid. Yeah, bot mid pressure if we can. You have a lot of pick potential.
There's about 15 more minutes of us inting.
Like the Maokai is grouped in mid with the team way too often from what I've seen. Like, I can understand sometimes when it's like, if you guys have, you know, lost fights 4v5 just from getting engaged on, and you don't have time to TP in before the fight's already over, why you just be like, fuck it, let's bring the Maokai now and just 5v5, hard commit 5v5. But in this situation, that hasn't happened, and you're not being like, let's just hard commit 5v5, you know, when we have everyone here. So you make sure we're not having that Maokai split. Or make sure we are having that Maokai split, not just grouped with the team and having the Orianna split without TP. Which is what's happened a lot of times. This specific case, it's the Lee Sin grabbing bot lane, but you get the picture. Again, we're gonna probably want the Maokai bot lane with the Baron spawning and him having TP up. Top lane was all the way at the tower. It was gonna bounce back itself. We didn't really need to send Cho'Gath to get to it, and he's not the quickest pusher, so now, you know, he's spending 3 waves, aka a minute and a half, pushing this up. Like, that's just a minute and a half of essentially just sitting around, everyone doing nothing. And this is what it leads to, is them eventually finding a pick here. It was like either we find a pick or they find a pick. That's the only way this stalemate breaks, with us, you know, not having a wave push to second place. And they had 5 there, we only had 4 there. So that was inevitable. Yeah, and now this happens. Very ugly jungle stuff. Hopefully they don't get Baron off of this. They shouldn't be able to. Ooh. Okay. This is very important to miss. Yeah, you still have ultimates. Your Orianna's coming up now. Just be chilling back by blue buff, Mr. Maokai. Y'all are just waiting for respawn, so your only goal right now is to make sure they don't do the Baron while they have a numbers advantage.
And then D&J gets pushed. Does that.
It's a 1-for-1 trade, but you lost your big boy tank now. Okay, you have your Orianna back now, so you should be able to. Yep, and then they aren't able to do this Baron, which is good. That was your goal all along, was to make sure they don't do the Baron. However, could have been a little more clean, but well done overall. All out. And now they're taking back super late, so you should just be able to push up mid lane, push up into their jungle, get vision, take everything from them, and then catch them in a choke here. That's what you want to be looking for. With Maokai ulti almost up, you have Oriole, you have Nami ult. You're huge at Wombo combo. And if they want to walk into the Wombo combo by walking through a choke, be my guest. You are very far up all alone, and I think that means you die, yes.
100%.
Do not follow him. You just worry about getting yourself out, so you walk straight down and out there. Do not follow that way. Because you're super lagged behind him and super alone. Yeah, just walk out straight towards Dragon. Right now, your only concern was staying alive long enough for the Maokai to respawn and get here. You get your Wombo off here. Your Jin's respawning, so you should win this extended fight now. Yep, he chases her down, and then you should be able to get this choke at the 2 of you. The Maokai here to tank it up pretty hard. That was a very suspect flash, Mr. Maokai, but good fight overall. You get Wombo onto the Caitlyn first off. The Caitlyn and the Nocturne went down really quick. That's a lot of their damage, a lot of their Caitlyn's going to be a lot of their damage, and Nocturne's going to be a lot of their backline threat, really. So, well fought. Well fought 4v4 that turned into a 4v5. The Cho'Gath TP. Like, normally you lose that 4v5, but since he was top lane, and you, like, that's what I mean by, like, bringing the Maokai down and just been like, fuck it, we're gonna fight. Because what that gives you is, takes 4 seconds to channel TP, so that gives you an extra 4 seconds where you have, you know, one more man in the fight than they do, or if, you know, you're already fighting down. It's an even man fight for the first 4 seconds of the fight, which in this case means that you can absolutely pop Caitlyn Nocturne, because that's what your comp does. You just Orianna ult pop someone, because Jhin is cool. It just pops people like that. Jhin, Orianna, Lee Sin kick, you absolutely pop someone. But yeah. So that was good. And that's the type of situation you want to be looking for. That's like the type of situation when you would, well, just bring your split pusher down while theirs is still splitting. And that's also super viable option if their splitter is stronger than your splitter and you know it. So instead of just sending someone to quote unquote answer them when they're not going to answer them because they just get out split, they can't win the 1v1, you just bring that person there and try and find that
This
extra
fight.
4 seconds of a fight where you have a man advantage.
This was a good communication error.
Yeah. Like, he stepped up there while y'all were baiting in the bush. If he had just chilled back, or if y'all had all gone in there together, like if he played a little bit further back and you just led with Maokai Nami ult there, then he would have been safe to step up, because he would have had the CC to step up. But BNJ, your pathing, your walking is very, very greedy. Just take the quickest path out that you can, and everyone stop dying for/with him. If he messes up his pathing, that's on him. Don't die with him or for him. And that's not just for BNJ. If anyone messes up their pathing, just leave them. Right? Like, we don't want to. Unless we can turn the fight and actually fight, and we want to fight, then go back and fight. But if we're not trying to fight, don't give them anything extra. Just say we lose one person. Don't try and be scrappy and get multiple people out just to end up giving over multiple kills or more kills. There's another example when we want to have the Maokai somewhere else. Like, we're just Nayramming it right now. The Nayram isn't always a bad thing, like I said. You can bring the Maokai in some cases. But this is a bad time. Because now you're sending the Lee Sin off to the side lane, who is one of your primary engage tools, if you want to pick someone. Which is what you should be looking to do with the Cho'Gath split. With their big boy tank away, just look to pick onto someone, see if you can find a Lee Sin Q, ward hop kick. And we're still just watching this Cho'Gath do whatever he wants. That's the third tower he's gotten here, and we're just now responding. His team was quicker to respond. He might have been able to get out if he didn't, you know, flash up towards your inhib tower while you have the mid in or so. But yeah, we just kind of like let them do whatever they want for a minute and a half there, as they took 3 towers bot lane and exposed an inhib. This is a really good catch mid lane now. Really good Jhin ulti to find the slows for the Maokai roots. This should mean mid-inhib for us. Potentially the game with that Cinder down for another 45 seconds. This means the game if we can find a pick onto the Caitlyn here as we're going for inhib. That was a lot. We didn't have the wave, we didn't commit the numbers. Oh, and the minions got the inhib bot, yeah.
So that's why we end up leaving, just because the minions going in. Then this. Yeah.
Really good wombo. We take the splintered fight. Very hard. Good job. Because if we can find any fight where they don't have their Cho'Gath standing at the front of them, so if we can find the splintered fight where someone's isolated away from the tank, we take it. Good job. Good fight. If we have Elder, there's another great time to just force a 5v5, bring the Maokai, and this is another example of when you could do it, is if we have Elder, and we want to force something with Elder. Oh yeah, I remember watching this, and I forget who it was, but someone was like, "Why did you just ult the wave?" And then I was like, "Bro, they got 3 Cloud Drakes. It's like a 30-second ult." What is it? Say, yeah, 30.8 second ult currently.
It's almost down to like Lux ult status.
It's insane.
Like for a Wombo combo team to get 3 Cloud Drake.
That is absolutely huge.
I mean, you see how frivolous we are with the Maokai ult too. That's a much longer cooldown, I think. It's like closer to like 45 seconds.
Let's take a look. 40. This is 39.5. But yeah. Y'all got so much LCDR, you can just throw them out on anyone. Like if anyone is even like slightly overextended, just throw it on them, pop them. Because that'll give you pressure. Even if you don't get a kill, maybe you get a flash and you get pressure. As long as you don't just do it on the Cho'Gath, because Cho'Gath has 4k health. He don't care. But you could do it on him too. It's not that big of a crime. We just melt this. Man, it's just gonna look for the TP end play. If they could steal this while he's doing that, one. But they didn't realize the Orianna was backing off the side, so Orianna gets here. Nice, the Elder Dragon. Easy kill. Elder kills, yep. Nice. So they just decided to make that their Alamo, but they decided to make it their Alamo without their tank, as their tank was tanking tower shots at the Nexus. So yeah, good punish. Good send the Ori back right away. Yeah, so they should just be an easy finish and close out for you. When you have the mana advantage, when they have people dead, now's when you really want to be forcing fights. So you should be forcing any fight you can now with your ultimates here. Just because that's how you can snowball it, is if they keep chain dying. Like if you can kill this Caitlyn before like the Syndra comes up, then they're still in the same situation of one carry. That's how you can end out this game. Don't give them another 5v5 if you can force onto them, if you can help it. Also up until like 20 seconds ago, you still had Elder. God, I so want you guys to just force on them. You're so much stronger than they are. Oh, the Jhin is caught. He missed times to respawn, so he should be okay. Oh. Nice. Then you can defend him on the Resurrect here, for sure. Nice, okay. Nami can heal up. Oh, are we not gonna end on this? No, we're not gonna end on this Baron.
No, we're not.
Ooh.
I wasn't lying when I said like we had like 15 more minutes.
Dang, that was at like 29 minutes. Y'all had like 20 more minutes.
Yeah, I can't remember how long this game was. It was long and a lot longer than it needed to be.
Yeah, like this should have been like a low 30s game if you had played it out clean. And specifically if you had played lanes and played lane pressure, map pressure better. Try and generate advantages that way by just playing the map better. But now you can just choke them out because you have triple in him. Y'all can just walk up. Just kill them. Just hold anyone. Oriole, anyone who's remotely stepped out. Like,
I don't think we even ended here.
be a little careful about being frontline Jhin and frontline Nami here. Or wait, I mean Orianna. Orianna was hitting that guy by the hook.
Yeah, you get completely right.
Yeah, y'all gotta be a lot more careful. Because this should mean Elder for them now. Yeah. Oh, yes.
This is a 54-minute game.
You have to be very, very careful here. Because they do still have a lot of pick potential, a lot of burst potential themselves. They can layer CC really hard between the Cho'Gath knockup, Thresh Hook, Thresh Flay, Syndra Stun. And you know, of course, that's plenty of time to lay down a Caitlyn trap as well in there. But yeah. Your Maokai should be the only one stepping up close enough there. Have your Maokai stepping up close enough to like have him dancing around his root range. See if you can look for a root with ball delivery there. You do not want, like I saw the Nami took a lot of poke there, being super far up. That all kicked off from the Orianna getting hit by the hook, getting too pushed up. Like stand behind minions, stand behind Maokai, stand behind your big boys. And also like ask yourself, how do they win this game? Because that's what I find the easiest way to close out a game is by isolating how they come back in a game. Like, how do they win this game? They win this game by finding, you know, a pick onto one of our carries and some dream fight that leads into either a Baron or an Elder for them. They need a couple series of these, like dream fights where they find a pick onto one of our carries, but that's the goal. So we play specifically to make sure the Orianna and the Jhin do not get picked. So playing around their win conditions is kind of my go-to way to finish out a game. But yeah. This should be free Baron. But at this point, once you see them, again, how do they win the game? Baron steal. Don't 50-50 it. At least that's how I look at it. It's like, yes, this should be pretty free for us, but this is also their best chance to get back in the game. So, we don't even need to look at the objective, unless it's 100% play. And in that case, I'd say it was probably like a 95, 90% play, which is still pretty high, but you know, it's the idea of not giving them any hope to come back in this game. So just playing those waves, because you have 3 exposed inhibs, right? You have TP up on your Maokai. You've had it for pretty much the entire game. You've had TP on the Maokai. Instead of going for Baron there, just play the map. IMO. If that makes sense. Yeah.
It does.
And it just comes back to my philosophy of looking at how they win the game. How could they possibly come back and win this game? Having double, you know, getting both Elder and Baron is a good way to do that. At this point in the game as well, Mr. Nami, you could trade out those Mobies for Mercs if you'd like. Just because you don't necessarily need the Mobies as much anymore, and it'll help with stuff.
What's the choke at?
But yeah, there we go. We finally just kind of force it onto them, which is exactly what we want to do. Because they can't pick our carries if we're busy engaging on them. Honestly, in most situations, the answer is to be the aggressor. Be the proactive one. Nice. There's the win. Alright. Good win. Just very sloppy in the mid and late game with how we played the map state specifically. And just kind of our positioning, which seemed like miscommunication, which is understandable because, right, like this is the first time this iteration is played together as is, but yeah. Those are my thoughts. Do you have any questions, remarks, Mr. Lepper?
Nope. And the lineup's changed yet again.
Yes, it has. So, alrighty, gonna cut that here and get this loaded.